Hello, I'm Gigi from 3rd grade. Welcome to another episode of OLA This Week.
Well, Mr. Moore, it is Catholic Schools Week, and we're in our 3rd day, and it is Student Day. So today we celebrate our
Absolutely.
students.
Time to appreciate all the great students here at OLA. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too. We have a special studio audience.
We sure do.
Today, and they're not
everybody.
just welcome. They're not just the studio audience, but they also happen to be, our essay contest winners.
That's right.
As well as our Super Bowl prognosticators.
Oh, yes. We have a couple Super Bowl fans. There's a few around here.
That's right.
Two special ones, though.
Are you ready to put some roller skates on?
Well, I'm ready to be there and cheer on young people to roller skate for sure. It's going to be a fun day for the kids.
I think so. Are you guys looking forward to seeing Mr. Moore skate around the rink?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep a close eye out for me. You may or may not see me.
I'll be like around the edges holding on to the railing as
I'll go by so fast they won't see me.
Watching these guys zoom past us. How about you guys? Are you guys excited to have a day of skating?
Yes.
All right, good. Well, you deserve it. You've worked very hard. And so every year, as you know, we have a school theme. And of course, you've heard this many times, but our school theme is, give us the signs, everybody. Our school themes is stop, pray, listen, and change the world. And so, we have had a lot of time to talk about it this year. And then leading up to Catholic Schools Week, our students wrote about it in essays, and we were so impressed by.
They were amazing essays. It was
essays.
such a pleasure to read those essays. Absolutely amazing essays. The hard work that the students put in. So.
And thoughtfulness.
Very much. Yeah.
So we have winners at every class, and so what we did was we wanted to just bring them in today to just acknowledge them to our community. So I'm just going to go and share who our winners are, and you can help me with this, please. So we'll start with, on this side of our room, our kindergarten winners were Victorio Caretto.
Hello.
Over here, wave to the camera, please. And I don't think he's here today, but Nolan Mesner was our other winner in kindergarten.
And Paige Berlo is here from 1st grade, our winner in 1st grade.
Can we give these guys a hand?
Hey, give them a round of applause.
Victoria, Nolan, and Paige. All right.
Taylor Johnson's here from 1st grade as well.
Tyler.
Tyler.
All right, Tyler Johnson. Good job. And then in 2nd grade over here, we have Mr. Marks, Ben Marks. Give it up for Ben, everybody. And Braelyn Bodai in 3rd grade was our winner. All right, and in 4th grade we have...
Lucas Spinelli's here. Good job, Lucas. Adeline Deniro's here from 4th grade. Good job, Adeline.
And our 5th grade winner was Santiago Florez de la Vega. So that's good. And his brother Samuel, by the way, is behind the camera today. And then in 6th grade, we had Lexi Mauricio.
All right, Lexi. And Grace Mastagni's here from 6th grade. 7th grade, sorry.
7th grade. And finally, our 8th grade winner was Kate Jones. These were really beautifully drafted essays, very organized, really just they gave a lot of what I like to call, Mr. Moore, spirit-guided insight into what our theme means.
Absolutely.
And how it applied in our life. And, it was like once you get to this level where you have winners at every class, it was hard to pick an overall winner because so many of the essays were so well written. But Grace Mastagni wrote, our 7th grader, Grace Mastagni wrote an essay that we felt was just a really eloquent and beautiful expression of her faith, and she gave great insight into what the school theme has meant to her. So, Grace, congratulations! You are our grand prize winner. We're so pleased that
congratulations, Grace,
with your work, and Grace has graciously volunteered to read her essay to our audience today.
We are all human. Every human life is worth the same and worth saving. And that's by J.K. Rowling from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Our school, Our Lady of Assumption's theme this year is to stop, pray, listen, and change the world. As Catholics, we are here on this earth to help those in need. not for an ulterior motive, but out of the kindness in our hearts. Love and kindness will point us to heaven. We need time in our lives to just put everything down, turn off the lights, and just think. Think about our purpose in this world, reflect on our life. Is this what you want to do with it? How will you make your life? In silence, thanking God for everything you have is important. Let God's love calm the rushing waters of one's mind to a peaceful stream. Prayer is very important too. It's how we connect with God. We can find peace and love in our hearts. Prayer abolishes hate, jealousy, and rage in our hearts and minds. If we allow ourselves to pause in our busy world and let the Holy Spirit rush into us, we will be at peace. When we stop the white noise around us and pray, part of it is listening to God and what He wants for us. In prayer, we must listen to God, not only express our gratitude, but let Him guide us in the world. We must also listen to others, or we get caught up in our own problems. We miss all the best parts of living. War happens because people are too stubborn to hear the other side and reason. To have people listen to you is healing, and to listen to them is healing. Simply listening to someone's problems doesn't make them so big and bad anymore. God wants us to heal others, and listening is the main part of healing. When we listen, we could change the world. Stopping, praying, listening, and changing the world are all peaceful things. We can change the world by doing small acts of kindness. We can easily change someone's world by a simple smile or apology. To change the world or help those in need, we must listen to our hearts and do God's work. That doesn't mean to go on a mission trip. It can, though. It could simply be donating to the poor. Simply, we must do our part and hope others do theirs. As we collectively as a school reflect on stopping, praying, listening, and changing the world, we can make a difference for at least one soul. We need to let the Holy Spirit into our hearts as we pray and listen to God and others. We can live lives of love, virtue to help our neighbors and to help our neighbors help us. We can find peace and love. Changing the world is the final step. Stopping, praying, listening, and changing the world are the steps to God's will in action.
Awesome.
As I said, a beautiful expression of your faith and great insight into our themes. As you were writing your essay, just tell us a little bit, Grace, about like what inspired you to write this way? How did you approach writing this essay?
Well, I just kind of thought about like how I kind of pray. I usually just kind of like sit and just kind of think and be thankful and stuff. And I just kind of like wrote down how I pray and like kind of self-reflect, and then just kind of elaborated on that, and like how just like I've always been told like we need to just do simple things, and that makes makes all the difference. And, yeah.
Wonderful.
It was an amazing essay.
Thank you.
Great job.
It was. And I just so our families know, all of our essays, our first place winners, are posted in the front office, and we also put them in the bulletin board in the church as well. So a lot of, so you'll have a chance to read them. And it's not just our first place winners in the front office, it's other student work as well. And of course, our teachers have those essays that every one of our students wrote this year. So just a really, we're really proud of our students for the writing that they did in that. All right, just we do have we have a lot going on this week still.
Oh, yeah.
So in addition to today's skating, where we celebrate our students, tomorrow we have Vocations.
Tomorrow is the celebrating the nation.
The nation, excuse me.
So I'm super excited. I'm super excited about celebrating the nation. So we're bringing in the Honor Guard from the California National Guard's Joint Forces Headquarters, and the Honor Guard is going to perform for us a flag folding ceremony. A couple of our parents here at school, retired Lieutenant Colonel Lisa Haskins, put our very special flag folding ceremony together. Every organization every branch of the military, and then the organizations within the military can do a flag folding ceremony and focus on the ideals and the important things for that organization. So Mrs. Haskins put together an amazing ceremony for us based on the outline of a 13-fold ceremony. So I'm excited for that tomorrow. Major General Larry Haskins and I are going to read the ceremony while our Honor Guard from the National Guard will perform the flag folding. So that's tomorrow at 8:10, and I want to invite everyone that can make it to come to our little quad area where we have our morning assemblies and be there for this. I think it'll be a really special celebration. So about 10 minutes.
No, and I agree. I do think it's going to be very special. I just want to thank you for organizing it, because as we celebrate our nation, it's really so important that we understand why we are patriotic, and to be just so thankful for the gifts of freedom and liberty that our Constitution gives us and our history has gave to us. So
It's going to be a great day tomorrow.
it is. I'm so appreciative and excited about that. And as Lieutenant Colonel Moore said, we invite all of our families to come and come out, parents, if you're here, and just join us for that first 10 minutes of school.
Yeah. And then Thursday is Vocations.
Yes.
So, and you reminded me that my marriage is a vocation.
Yeah.
So thank you. And 30 years, I'm going to celebrate 30 years in June. So, and all the
30
parents.
years.
Thanks. It's been wonderful. And all the parents, all the marriages, and then vocations. So our deacons, right, are going to be here to celebrate
Yes.
their vocations with us. They're going to talk to the kids about what it's like to be a deacon in the Catholic Church. And I'm sure they'll share all the other, clerical ways to serve. So they're going to talk about that and vocations on Thursday. So-
And we want to use Thursday as an opportunity also to thank our parents. They're so, like, our parents do so much. They sacrifice so much to send their children to our school, and we really deeply appreciate that. But they also just take such good care of not only their kids and all of our kids at the school, but they take care of us, the faculty. And we've just felt really spoiled already this week.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So thank you, parents, for what you do. And we want to just be able to acknowledge you. So as you know, on Thursday mornings, we start with Mass. And so before you head off to work or to the other business of your day, please join us for Mass. And Father Duino is going to have a very special blessing for our parents. And we will have something for parents, a little small something for parents that we send out to them as well on Thursday.
Absolutely.
And then on Friday, Friday we celebrate our faculty and staff.
That's right.
And so I just want to take a minute. This is truly heartfelt. I know when you were serving in the Army, camaraderie was a really important
Huge.
thing, and just being in the trenches with your brother soldiers and sister soldiers
Absolutely.
was really important, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I feel the same way here with this faculty and staff. We are so blessed to have such great, like, every day we come to work, we surround ourselves with just wonderful people in our faculty and staff, very dedicated to our mission, devout Catholics, and just caring, kind people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we want to
Great
give a
camaraderie.
shout out to them since we're talking about faculty and staff.
For sure. The entire staff, everyone is amazing, with Earl and Tall Paul and all, it's a great community to work in. The whole staff and the faculty work really hard, so.
It's great. So moving on, I understand that we're actually going to have some movement going on with the Parish Hall Preschool and Gym, correct?
Absolutely. So starting on the 3rd, we're going to have a meeting here, but then starting on the 4th of February, we're going to have to turn off the power to the church for a little bit to connect. So that's our first movement towards the construction, is to get the power situated right for the contractors. So that's going to happen on the 4th for about 2 hours from 6 to 8. But we're super excited that this is finally, we had a groundbreaking, we dismantled and took apart our beloved convent, but now we're going to rise up out of that an amazing gym, an amazing parish hall, and an amazing preschool. So we're super excited for this to happen, and it's all going to begin on the 4th of February. So
All right.
it'll be exciting.
New things are a good thing, and so we are going to do, speaking of new things, we're going to do what I guess they do on YouTube, Miss
Yeah,
Blatchfield, it's called an unboxing.
Unboxing, right?
All right, so a
work
couple
through this.
of middle-aged guys are going to try to do something that we're not familiar with, but we're going to give it a shot. So
We're going to walk through it. Talk through
So these, of course, are our new Chromebooks.
Yes,
Our
they're
Chromebooks
amazing.
came in for 6th and 7th grade. What do you guys think of having Chromebooks in your curriculum? Thank you, Mr. Vidal. You'll like them when you get them. So we are getting them set up so that all of our kids have Google accounts for our Google for Education, and we're going to unroll these things very soon. We just had to get a few technical difficulties worked out, but we want to at least show you what the Chromebooks look like now that they're here. So here we go.
Should we open this up?
I
and
think
see-
you should,
see
Mr. Moore. Let's see what we have here.
What we have here. This is
We've been waiting for a long time for these Chromebooks.
For OLA.
Oh,
There it is.
yes!
Look at this. Boys and girls, isn't that amazing? You guys don't even know what
They're-
this is.
they're
You're
a little
that's
quiet.
not it. Okay, that's not a
Okay.
computer. Sorry.
Okay, that's an
not
abacus,
it.
right?
That's not it. That's an
Oh.
abacus. That's not going to work.
It was stunned
Here we go.
stunned
I
silence
know.
in the studio audience here. All right, so a real unboxing. I am going to take out, Mr. Moore, my samurai sword letter opener. Yes, and we're going to now unbox officially our Chromebook.
There we go.
Okay, here we go.
We're
Slices.
unboxing.
Here it is. Very sharp. I'm gonna put it down.
Well, this looks better. This looks better.
Okay. Oh yeah. This is it. We need some oohs and ahs from the crowd here.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Here it is. This is an Acer Chromebook. Very solid. It's going to last a long time. This is the latest edition, and so our students will have these to use for quite some time, and we're just looking forward to integrating them into the curriculum. And once again, thank you, parents, for your support of technology in our classroom, especially at our auction last
This is
October.
amazing. Lightweight. I think it's pretty durable. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It is.
I like it. Wow.
It is. And I'll just pass this around for our studio audience to see if you were in 6th, 7th grade this year, you'll be using them. And then next year, we hope to be moving them all the way down to 4th and 5th grade. So
Wow.
4th, 5th through 8th by next year. So we're going to gradually phase those in. All right. So that's our unboxing now.
Super Bowl weekend.
Something big coming up this weekend. And I know that you're a Chargers fan.
I am a Charger fan, so,
Yes.
my team's not quite in it, but a California team is in the Super Bowl.
It is, and
That's exciting.
I am a Niners fan, and I shared with you earlier that I was in an airport over Christmas break, and as I'm connecting on a flight, this guy comes up to me, and the big guy comes up. He's wearing this 49ers sweatsuit, and I didn't recognize him, but I just said, "Hey, you're dressed for success." And we started talking. We had a nice half-hour conversation. It turned out to be Jesse Sapolo, the offensive lineman who protected Joe Montana and Steve Young during all of those Super Bowl years. Mr. Vidal, you remember him?
I do very well. He was a great lineman, and we were blessed to have him for all those years. So
all right.
Awesome.
So we've got a Super Bowl Smackdown here. Our Super Bowl preview show. We've got two experts who are in the room. Yeah, we're going to have to keep them separated. We have here our 2nd grade teacher, Mr. Vidal, who, if you are a student or a parent in your class, you know what a 49er fan he is.
And a great 4th grade student over here, Jack, representing Kansas City, all right?
Jack, tell us a little bit, first of all, about what you're wearing and the history of that. And if you would just stand up and turn your back to the camera so we can see who it is.
Who is this guy?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Quarterback. You're probably very familiar with him.
Yeah. He's pretty good. Pretty amazing. What's the best part? What's his skills? What's his strengths?
Well, he's definitely younger than Garoppolo.
Okay. All right. So youth is important. Now, what else can he do? What else can he do?
Well, he's very skilled. He can
Yeah.
throw really well.
Really well. Okay.
Like high, precise, and good.
High percentage of completions. Lots of touchdowns. What about can he run? He's got skills?
Yeah, definitely. Against
definitely.
Tennessee or Texas, I
Yeah.
can't remember, but
Yeah.
he got on the jukes.
He did. He got on the jukes. Okay.
So
what do you think about
is there a connection? You shared with me a connection, right, with Patrick Mahomes and your grandfather?
No, sorry, I forgot. It was actually my grandfather's friend.
Okay.
I got mixed up there. My grandfather's really distant cousin is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, so there is a friend of a family, a good connection.
Yeah.
And so, and will your household be rooting for Kansas City Chiefs this weekend?
Well, since my grandma has she is 7 brothers and sisters, so and then all of the men in her family are all going to my Uncle Johnny's house to vote for the Niners because their family was growing up with the Niners until my grandma married my grandpa, and then that happened. So.
Okay.
So now your grandfather's from Kansas City, right? So
No, he was born in Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Oh, okay.
But he's really close to Kansas City as well.
All right. Sure.
So we've got a Chiefs fan on this side, and then over here, how long have you been a fan?
Well, Mr. Love, all that talk aside, I'm gonna give all our folks and listeners a little history lesson. 1981, 1984, 88, 89, back to back, close to a three-peat, and 1994, and soon to be 2019, 2020 Super Bowl champs, San Francisco 49ers. I've been a fan since the day of birth. My father just totally, got me involved in that, and we are gonna win it. I promise you folks, you heard it live, you can play it back. We are going to win it. We're going all the way, and we're going to do it again next year. Jimmy G, all the way, baby. That's how long I've been a fan, since 1985. We're going to do it. So Patrick Mahomes, hey, he's great, he's good, but he's going to have the game of his life. Our defense is number one. We're going to do it. Bosa, Sherman, it's going on, it's going down. Don't miss out. Play the tape back.
What do you think? What do you think, Jack?
Well, I do have to say that the Chiefs' offense and defense are both really good. Like, they've got Jones is back on the field, and they've got some good guys on there. And even though they had even though Mahomes dislocated his kneecap, doesn't mean he's not good anymore. So and even though they have the fastest guy in the NFL, Hill. I don't know what his first name is, but Hill is the fastest guy. So and so if he gets past Bosa, he's gone. So
there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
And Kelsey's one guy who can catch.
That's right.
So so he doesn't run usually, but he can catch and he's scored. And speaking of running and catching, Mahomes can also run. Like, everyone says Lamar Jackson can run, but if you saw the game against Tennessee, well, Patrick Mahomes can run, and he can also score by running on a 25-yarder.
Yeah.
So can Garoppolo run?
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know.
We don't need to run. We just hand the ball off when we set records for like 200-300 yards in the ground. So talk is cheap. We'll see what happens.
Mr. Vidal, I think you got Jackson fired up a little bit.
I'm pretty fired up right now myself.
It should be on ESPN over
I'm
here.
fired up
Great,
right now. Okay.
great preview.
Yes,
Center.
he's got, and that is a picture of St. Joe, Montana in your room, right?
That is.
Yes,
that is.
yes.
The greatest. The GOAT.
How many,
Tom
how many
Brady.
Super Bowls did Joe Montana lose?
0. Not
None.
one
That's
interception.
what I thought. All
Didn't
right.
need a kicker. 4 rings. End of story.
Okay, so we're just gonna before we wrap up here, we are going to do we have to end with our Super Bowl predictions. So, who wins the Super Bowl this year?
Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs, the AFC.
I'm going with the Niners.
Of course you are.
You guys know my pick. 38-24. 38-24. Garoppolo, 4 touchdown passes. Mostert with 2, maybe 1. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
All right. Okay, we need to just really quick before we wrap up. Studio audience, just shout it out. Who's winning the game?
Niners.
Niners.
I heard some Chiefs.
All right. I think Jackson, I think you're outnumbered, but that's okay. You stand by your convictions.
America's pick is Chiefs, if you didn't know.
I didn't know that.
America's pick is Chiefs.
Okay, well, you can hear the passion in the room. It's going to be a great Super Bowl, and it's going to be a great rest of the Catholic schools. We just
Absolutely.
want to say,
One way or another, it is going to be a good Super Bowl. That's one thing.
That's for sure.
I think that's one thing we can all agree on. A great Super Bowl. We've got a great student body here on Student Day, and we've got a great school. We just want to thank all of you as we celebrate Catholic Schools Week for everything you do to support Catholic education here at Carmichael and at Our Lady of the Assumption Parish and School. Mr. Moore,
Mr. Love,
love more.
remember,
love more than you think you can. God bless.